Here's the iReal Pro main screen. What you've got down the left is just a list of all the different songs that have been loaded in, and on the right you've got a chord chart. So iReal Pro is a backing track app that is based on chords and chord progressions. And it doesn't actually do anything more than that except take a series of chords and put a rhythm and a bass line and a simple guitar riff to it that you can then play along with. So the best thing to do is give you an example. I've actually, as you know, I teach the 12-bar blues a lot to students, and I've entered in the main chords of the 12-bar blues. You can see them here. It's in 4/4, and I've chosen that the rhythm will be a medium swing. We obviously don't want to rock for this. So if I press play, you'll get a feeling for how this works. So over the top of that, students can either play the chords as well, or they could improvise. Excuse me for the audio quality. Streaming on my iPad to the recording software is producing a few crackles. I do apologise. Now, of course, that's jazz, and we're talking about pop. So down the left-hand side, you'll see that there's actually literally hundreds and hundreds of songs in here. Now, thankfully, I didn't have to add any of those. When you first set up the software, and you have a look down the bottom left of the screen, there's a button that says Forums, and you can actually click on Forums. And you'll be able to go through straight away online and download, I think it's 500 pop songs that have already been entered by people into the system. What you'll find as well on there is that people continually add more information and more songs. So if you're ever unsure if there's a song available, you can go onto the forums directly and download it, or post your own links as well. So it's a great bit of kind of community sourced mix of software. So we'll just go back to songs here, and what I thought I might do is just show you a couple that I've used with students before in the pop era. Or pop sphere. Hey Jude is a great one for beginners because it only uses a couple of chords. Really C, F and G are the main ones, with a little bit of a few differences in the middle section. So let's have a listen. Let's make sure it's on rock. Here we go. Alright, so we'll go back to the beginning, and what I might do is just play the melody, if I can work it out over the top. Alright, now it's obviously a little bit too fast, so we can go to the metronome here, and let's pull it back a little bit, maybe 100. And let's try that again. Okay, so there's one simple way that you can use it. It allows a student to feel like they're playing in a band, for one, but it gets a little bit of the harmony out of their fingers so that they can play melodies over the top. Down the bottom right of the screen, you'll see the treble clef and the C. We can use this to change the key very simply if we want to, and you can see the chords changing behind as well. This is useful if your piano student's perhaps playing with other instruments and needs to learn it in a new key. And now another one that I use, or have used before, is Hotel California as well. So let's go to that and let's have a listen. So at the moment I'm just playing chords along with it. And you can hear, the great thing is that it's intuitive enough to work out when the drums should do fills and things like that. So it's a great piece of software. When you're entering chords into here too, you've got any choice of chord that you could possibly think of. You've got inversions and sevenths and major sevenths and any chord you could think of. I haven't yet found one that isn't in that you can use in here. You can do different time signatures, key signatures, all of those kind of options as well. While I think about it, just going back to Hey Jude very quickly, one other feature of this is that you can explore different styles. In the arranging video, I've been talking about trying out different time signatures or rhythms or styles with a student who's arranging a piece of music. In this one, so Hey Jude is a pop piece obviously, but we could turn it into a swing by changing the rhythm, and let's have a listen to that and maybe play along to that version. So instantly we've got an indication really quickly of the different types of feel you can get when you're playing music like this. This is great, I've found, for students who are doing some of the more classic, Beatles or 80s tunes, things like that, and I've got plenty of students who like doing those. It's also great for jazz, so if you've got a jazz student, explore this, because all the charts and the standards from the real books are all in here already, ready to go, ready to play along with. It's brilliant practice for students who are playing in jazz combos and bands as well. iReal Pro, this is such a good app. It's really, really good. I've shown you just the bare bones of the features. There's plenty more that you can do in there as well. You can export things, you can change the balance of the instruments that you hear playing in the background. You can download extra rhythms and world music patches, all sorts of stuff. It's really, really good. Make sure you check it out.